Welcome to a new video for a new movie. Today's movie is action and suspense, titled Supergirl. Originally named Kara Zor-El, is Superman's cousin. At the time when their planet Krypton was being destroyed, their families sent them to Earth to live in peace. Kara was 13 years old when her parents sent her along with Kal-El, Superman, to protect him since he was just a baby at the time. Their ship launched safely, but just minutes later, Kara's ship followed. Unfortunately, as soon as she left the planet, an explosion wave hit her ship, causing it to veer off course and enter a region called the Nebula. This is a space phenomenon resembling a massive cloud of energy where time stands still. Anything inside it is unaffected by time, as if it exists outside the boundaries of time and space. After a while, Kara's ship managed to escape the nebula and reach Earth, but by then, 24 years had passed since Krypton's destruction. During this time, Superman had grown up and become Earth's protector and savior. He took Kara to a friend who had previously helped him and entrusted her to be raised alongside his daughter. Kara was warmly welcomed and grew up to become a journalist at one of the world's largest newspapers. She chose to integrate into society and live a normal life without revealing her superpowers, which were identical to Superman's. During this period, Kara lived a very ordinary life, but always wished to help people in any way she could. One day, she got the chance when she learned about a plane on the verge of a crash landing, with its engines exploding one after the other. Her sister was on that plane. Kara flew at incredible speed for the first time in years, saved the plane, and landed it in a river. All the passengers witnessed her heroic act, and the media captured her image, revealing the existence of a superpowered girl like Superman. Kara felt proud of her achievement. The next day at the newspaper, Kara was very excited and wanted to tell someone the truth. She decided to confide in her friend and colleague, Win. At first, he didn't believe her, but when she threw herself off a building and flew, he realized she was the one who saved the plane the previous day. Meanwhile, the news and media were abuzz with talk about the Supergirl. We discover that a group of evil aliens was behind the plane incident. They found out that Kara is Superman's cousin and decided to kill her in revenge for their feud with her family. During this time, Kara began testing her powers, which she hadn't used in years, helping people and stopping crimes. Eventually, she was ambushed by a Kryptonian weapon and knocked unconscious. When she woke up, she found herself in an anti-supernatural organization. The head of the organization, Henshaw, informed her that she was the reason for the alien problems on Earth. When she was trapped in the nebula and later escaped to Earth, a high-security Kryptonian prison containing the galaxy's most dangerous criminals also escaped and landed on Earth. The prisoners hid among humans for over 10 years, but in the past year, many of them began revealing themselves and plotting something unknown. One day at work, Kara was shocked when an alien attempting to kill her communicated with her using sound waves only they could hear. He threatened to destroy the city unless she met him. Kara flew to the designated location, where he ambushed her and attacked. He revealed that he wanted to kill her as revenge against her mother, who had sentenced him to the Kryptonian prison years ago. They engaged in a fierce battle, during which the alien had the upper hand, injuring Kara with a weapon imbued with a special kind of power. At the moment he was about to kill her, Alex and a team from the organization arrived, shooting at him. The alien escaped in a single leap. Kara went back with Alex, who treated her injuries. Kara was deeply upset, deciding that the world didn't need her and that she was wrong to reveal her powers and put herself in danger. That night, Alex visited Kara and gave her a box that had been in the ship that brought her to Earth. Inside, Kara found a holographic message from her mother, offering advice and encouragement. It was the first time Kara had seen or heard her mother in years. Inspired, Kara decided to continue her journey as a superhero to help people. She returned to the organization with Alex and asked Henshaw for a chance to prove herself by defeating the alien who had attacked her. Henshaw agreed, sending her to confront him in the desert. Kara managed to overpower him, using her laser vision to destroy his weapon and causing it to explode, killing the alien. She returned proud of herself. Shortly after, Another attack occurred on the anti-supernatural organization. One of the prisoners overpowered the guards and began killing them. Kara intervened, subduing him by flying him to the ground with all her strength until he passed out. The guards regained guard control. We are also introduced to Leslie, a radio host who constantly criticized and mocked Supergirl. This behavior prompted Kat, Kara's boss, to summon Leslie to her office and try to convince her to stop her anti-Supergirl rhetoric. When Leslie refused, Kat reassigned her from being a radio host to a traffic reporter in a helicopter. Kat had the authority to do this since she was the one who hired Leslie and signed her contract. That night, Leslie started her new job, monitoring traffic from the helicopter. Suddenly, a storm began and lightning struck the helicopter, causing it to nearly crash. At that moment, Kara intervened, flying to save the pilot and then returning to rescue Leslie. However, while she was pulling her out of the plane, lightning strikes Kara and a bolt descends from her hands to Leslie. After that, we see her in the hospital in a coma, and her appearance changes drastically. Her brown hair turns completely white. She visits her and, before leaving, tells her that she knows she is stronger than the lightning bolt that hit her and that she will come out of this coma stronger than before. As she leaves the room, Leslie wakes up, but now she possesses immense electrical power, with sparks literally emanating from her eyes. When she leaves the hospital at night, she is confused about what is happening to her, because every time she passes by a lit billboard, she absorbs its electrical energy and burns it. She walks down the street, emitting electrical sparks. A man accidentally bumps into her, gets electrocuted, and falls to the ground dead. On top of that, she gains the ability to travel through electrical wires from one place to another, just like an electric current. During this time, Kara receives a call from Kat at the office, asking her to come quickly because the devices have stopped working and she can't continue her work. When Kara arrives, she is shocked as the power suddenly goes out, and Leslie appears on all the screens, telling Kat that she is coming for her. Suddenly, a powerful electrical charge emerges from the screens, and Leslie appears in her physical form. At that moment, Kara and Kat run to hide from her, but Leslie uses her electrical power to move from place to place. Kat asks Kara to go down to the building's security guards at the entrance and tell them to come and stop her. Kara uses this opportunity to leave and reappear as Supergirl. Leslie discovers where Kat is hiding, attacks her, and throws electrical charges at her, but Kat narrowly escapes. Supergirl appears and intercepts the electrical charge to save Kat in the nick of time. When Leslie refuses Supergirl's help and insists on revenge, Kara blasts her with her eye lasers, only to discover that Leslie absorbs all the energy without being affected at all. Leslie thanks her for recharging her energy when she was feeling depleted. Kara tells Kat to quickly escape using her private elevator, but Leslie takes control of the elevator, causing it to fall. At the last moment, Supergirl intervenes to save Kat. Leslie escapes again, transforming into an electrical charge and appearing as an image on the screen, revealing what she did to Kat's elevator. Supergirl flies to catch the elevator just before it crashes and explodes, saving Kat for the second time. Afterward, Hank and his team from the organization arrive to assess the situation. He explains to Kara that Leslie's transformation was caused by the lightning bolt hitting Kara while she was saving her. Part of Kara's Kryptonian DNA altered the intensity of the lightning, giving Leslie her superpowers. After this incident, Supergirl and Kat agree to work together to stop Leslie, or as she now calls herself. Kat's role in the plan is to lure Leslie to a specific location to ambush her. The anti-superpower organization provides a technical weapon, a portable artificial device contained within a lightning rod. Hank instructs Kara to place the device in Leslie's location, activate it, and trap her within it using her energy. While this won't completely eliminate Leslie, it will weaken her on a molecular level, giving them a chance to contain her. Kat begins executing the plan by broadcasting a live message, inviting Leslie to meet her at the place where they first encountered each other. After waiting for a while, Leslie appears. Kat tries to reason with her, urging her to return to being the successful broadcaster she once was. But Leslie refuses and attacks her. Kara shows up and a battle ensues between them involving electricity. Leslie realizes Kara's plan and notices the device that was about to activate. She throws it away and binds Kara with chains of electrical charges. Kara struggles to free herself until she notices underground water pipes. At the moment Leslie strikes her with an electrical bolt, Kara counters with a water pipe, causing Leslie to electrocute herself, as electricity and water don't mix. This successfully contains Leslie, and she is taken to the organization and imprisoned in a specially designed cell. Later, Kat hires a new assistant named Siobhan to replace Kara, but Siobhan makes a mistake, forcing Kara to report it to Kat, resulting in Siobhan being fired. Furious and vengeful, Siobhan becomes determined to get back at Kara. Overwhelmed with anger, she attempts to end her life by jumping off a building, but as she screams at the top of her lungs, powerful sound waves emerge from her, lifting her off the ground. In that moment, she transforms into a superpowered individual. Confused about what is happening to her, she seeks help from Wynn, Kara's friend, who takes her to the organization to examine her and understand her transformation. Unfortunately, no one can identify any changes, as she appears completely normal, physically and medically. As Siobhan leaves the organization, she passes by Leslie's cell, hears her, and learns about her hatred for Kat. Leslie vows to kill Kat as soon as she escapes. The next day, while walking down the street, Siobhan experiences a severe headache and sees a distorted image of herself. She begins to walk as if hypnotized and attacks Kara. Upon seeing her, she screams, releasing powerful sound waves that send Kara flying out of a window, unconscious. At that moment, the Flash appears, saves Kara, and carries her to the desert. Although he didn't mean to, he couldn't control his speed. He is surprised to discover that she is Supergirl. Kara is equally shocked to learn that he is from a different Earth entirely, according to the multiverse theory, which posits that there are multiple realities of the same world, with different timelines and details. Kara seeks help from her colleagues at the newspaper, who are astonished by the Flash and his revelations. He explains that he became faster than lightning after being struck by it in the first place, and the problem is that he ended up in Kara's world by coincidence and doesn't know how to return to his own world. But when he learns about the problem she's facing with Siobhan, he decides to stay and help her. After that, Kara will help him return to his world. At that time, Siobhan went to visit her aunt, who had opened a shop and was acting as a mystic, solving people's problems through rituals and strange herbs. When Siobhan tells her about the moment and asks her about its cause, her aunt tells her that it's the Banshee fairy. This is because the women in their family have been cursed for a very long time after one of them stole something from a Banshee fairy. The curse fell on the entire family. The only solution to ward off the Banshee fairy is to kill the person she is in conflict with. Otherwise, she will turn into a monster, and her power will increase tremendously to the point where she can send her scream to the person she's thinking of and kill them, no matter where they are in the world. At this point, Siobhan starts thinking about how she could even kill Kara, who is Supergirl, protects her. At that moment, she remembers Leslie, who wants to get rid of Supergirl, and decides to team up with Leslie to eliminate all three. After that, we see Leslie sitting in her glass cell when she suddenly hears a very loud scream that shatters the glass around her, even though it was bulletproof and not easy to break. At that moment, Leslie finally escapes from the organization. When Kara finds out, she warns Kat and tells her to flee the city because the first thing Leslie will do is come after her. But Kat refuses to leave her place. Kara then seeks the help of Flash and takes him with her to the organization to come up with a plan to capture Leslie and Siobhan. Meanwhile, Leslie meets up with Siobhan and learns that she's the one who freed her. They agree to kill Kara, Supergirl, and Kat, but Kara and Flash manage to locate them at that time and find out they're in an abandoned garage. They rush there, full of enthusiasm to capture them. However, as things don't always go as planned, Leslie and Siobhan's combined strength proves to be stronger than the two of them together. When Flash tries to control Leslie and moves around her at incredible speed, he's shocked to find that he has charged her with a very high electrical charge, generated by his movement around her. She then strikes him with it, and Siobhan attacks Kara, but Flash takes her, and they escape because they can't afford to lose. After that, Leslie and Siobhan go to Kat and attack her, but she wasn't afraid of them. Leslie appears to Kara on the organization's screens and tells her to meet her at the park before she kills Kat. At that point, Flash had made 2 earpieces for them to use to protect themselves from Siobhan's annoying scream. They head to the park, where a battle ensues between the 2 sides. Leslie uses her superpowers and throws Kara with a helicopter, aiming it at the people in the park. But Kara, or Supergirl, takes the electrical strike herself and saves everyone. This makes all the people stand up to protect her and drive Leslie and Siobhan away from her. However, the 2 are ready to kill everyone. Leslie was about to electrocute them all when one of the firefighters sprays her with a water hose, causing her to electrocute herself and Siobhan, leading to their capture. After Flash helps Kara capture them, she also helps him return to his world. This is done by them racing each other at maximum speed, with Kara throwing him at the right moment to break through the dimensional barrier and return to his world. The plan succeeds, and Flash suddenly disappears just as he had appeared, and that's how our movie ends today. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to get alerts for every video we make.